Hello and welcome back to Prophecy of Pendor and our Ironman challenge. Now, as you can see right here, we have Sir Timothy's Knights joining us for this battle. We're going to attempt to take POINSBRUK once and for all. I am a bit worried about this, to be honest. There's a 64 renown value for this battle. That shows how hard this is going to be. But I have high hopes. I have high hopes for this. I don't know how this is going to go, but as you can see, we are already eliminating a bunch of the enemy's archers, which is exactly what we need to do. Hopefully we'll be okay. Yeah, so far so good, actually. I'm kind of surprised, considering most units that we have in my army right now are cavalry. And we do have Sir Timothy's Knights joining us, which means that we have even less ranged cavalry in the actual siege. So it is quite dicey. It is a bit dicey to expect them to win against a faction like the Ravenstone, which is primarily known for being very good in archery. So kind of nice. Kind of nice that we've actually been able to do quite well here so far. And bear in mind that there are 560 or so units in the garrison here. So they are going to be quite difficult to dislodge from the garrison. But as you can see, we've already eliminated 56 of them. We are outnumbered by the looks of things, because as you can see, we only have 90 on the battlefield in comparison to the enemy's 100 and something, which is actually quite strange. I would have expected us, considering there is a 0 battle advantage, to have about the same amount of units here. Not entirely sure why that isn't the case. But all right, I guess that's just how it is. That is just how it is. I'm going to go over here. Ah, there we go. We received some reinforcements. Kind of weird that we received reinforcements already, considering we've only lost about 30 units, if that. So that's kind of weird. But oh well. Whatever the case, I will just continue shooting. And hopefully we will be able to eliminate as many units as we can get our hands on. And maybe I should go up the stairs here. I'm going to go up the stairs here. Oh, they're actually coming out. Weird. Not entirely sure why they would do that. It's kind of strange. Oh, hello. I want to try and kill this guy if at all possible. There we go. Take out the ranger as well. Anyone else want a piece of me? This guy definitely does. Yeah, as you can see, 48 damage. Okay, so that means, that's signaling to me, let's retreat. Yeah, let's get out of there. Because that is... No. That's just ludicrously silly for me to continue that siege with about 5% HP. I know I've done it before, but POINSBRUK is a town, and it just has so many more people. You know, it has so many more people in the garrison that it is just not a good idea. Okay, so we have 75% back thanks to our wonderful first aid skill and everything, and we will be able to go back in with a full quiver, and hopefully that's going to provide us the win, because as you can see, oh, are you serious? 471 still, but we did eliminate a huge amount of their rangers. They don't have any mounted rangers remaining. They've got one, and they have very few wardens, so this should actually work out quite nicely for us. Let's do it. Alright, once again, let's do this. And we are going to put up my shield straight away. Okay, so the renown value... So now, here's the thing. Renown value for this, in my opinion, I'm not really fussed about that, to be honest. I really don't care how much renown we get for this. I just want us to be able to survive this with a decent amount of units still remaining. I don't want us to be limping across the finishing line, if you know what I mean. I really don't want to be in a situation where basically any enemy can come along and basically just win against us, because we have diminished our strength so dramatically from this siege that they'll be able to just walk over us with little to no effort whatsoever. So I'm hopeful that that will not be the case here, and hopefully we'll be able to achieve a pretty nice victory. So what I'm going to do is I think we can probably charge in. I'm kind of questioning myself a little bit about that, because on the one hand, it's kind of possible. I think we'll probably be able to do this pretty easily, because the enemies are Well, there are not many Kier guards there, and we have a huge amount of cavalry that are really strong. We've got Knights of the Unicorn, a huge amount of those. And we're going to just tell everyone to charge in now. We're going to tell infantry and cavalry to charge in. And hopefully we have timed this well enough so that the enemy has not received reinforcements just yet. I'm not entirely sure whether they did, but I'm hopeful that that is not the case. Just going to keep my shield up as best as I can, and then we'll see what we can do. Alright, so we're at the top of the ladder now. I've got to be very careful about this. I have to make sure I don't take that much damage, if any, and hopefully I can get myself in there. This is going to be really, really difficult in my opinion. Yeah, I can't jump here either. Usually I would be jumping to try and get better angles on the opponent, but it's very, very difficult to do that in such close quarters right now, so it's probably not going to happen. But I am doing a lot of damage to the enemy right now, and if it comes down to it, I will jump off. I actually think I am going to jump. I'm going to jump. I'm not going to die from this, which is absolutely fine. I don't have a problem with taking that little bit of extra damage, but I think being in that situation was very close to actually killing me. So we've got to be a bit careful here. So we've eliminated 130. There are so many Kier guards there. So many Kier guards and Ravenstern Highlanders and things like that. They are really, really hard for us to deal with, to be honest. Not entirely sure why that is, though, because I would have expected my units to be able to just crush through them like no one's business, but apparently it is much, much more difficult than I anticipated. So that is a bit of a worry, to be honest. Not a big fan of that. But yeah, I guess, you know what? Should I retreat again? New enemies have arrived. How long does it take the enemy to get there? Are we actually getting in? No, there's no way we're going to get in here. Alright, so I'm going to retreat again. We're going to lose more renown and more honor, but that's absolutely fine. You've seen how much renown and how much honor I have. We have 102 honor, and I have literally 3,800 renown, which is really not a big deal. You know, me losing 20 here or there is really not something that I care about so greatly. So what we're going to do is we're just going to move back a little bit. I'm just going to stay away from POINSBRUK just a little, because I don't really want to get attacked by an enemy vassal. I'm kind of surprised that they're holding out so heavily here. What is actually causing us to have problems? The Raven Spear. I think the Raven Spear are the main problems here, because the Kier guards, there's only 5 of them. So that is the main reason why we're having issues, in my opinion. Alright, so we're going to have to go back in there, and we'll see what we can do. I've got 273 out of 299. That's perfectly fine. Sir Timothy's has 108. I think we should be okay to go back in. And there's another vassal. Yeah, so there's a vassal. He's just minding his own business, thankfully. And we definitely need to get more vassals to join us. So I'm hopeful that the various fiefs that we actually have available that are free to claim will draw a little bit of attention from some enemy vassals, and they might decide to defect and join us, which would be remarkably good. It would really be good, but obviously we need to make sure that that particular person has a good reputation, a good personality. If they don't have a good personality, it's basically pointless, because they're going to disrupt every kind of stability in our faction, and that's just not going to be happening. I don't want that. You know, so we're going to try and do things a little bit differently this time around. Usually I don't really mind or care about what kind of reputation a particular vassal might have, but in this particular playthrough, considering it is Ironman, we have to make sure that every single person that joins us is top-notch. And so getting those upstanding, those good-natured, and even the martial personality types, I'm perfectly happy to accept those, because there are many, many more martial types than there are good-natured and upstanding. So it's definitely going to be something that we will just have to consider them. We can't say no to all of them, because otherwise there's just going to be so many martial vassals on the enemy's side. But we need to be a bit selective about which ones we actually decide to take, because even though they are martials, some of them are going to be better than others. You know, some of them are going to have more renown, some of them are going to have, you know, an easier time actually working with the rest of us. So that's definitely something to think about. Otherwise, we're doing very well right here. Yeah, we are actually doing extremely well in comparison to before, which is actually really quite good. And I don't see any additional archers, which is really good. Oh, hello. I do see some archers now. There we go. All right, not too bad. Let's just try and see if I need to get up here a little bit more. All right, I think this makes a whole bunch of sense. Let's tell our infantry and cavalry to charge in now. Ooh, that's a lot of enemies. Okay, I'm going to have to go over in this direction. Not a big fan of going this way, personally, because this is where they spawn. And where they are inevitably going to try and ambush me. But if I can just quickly cut through all of these enemies, then I will be able to free up our units to focus on the other side. These bardishas and things that they use, or the velujas or whatever they're called, they can do a lot of damage, even in the hands of lower tier units, which I'm not a big fan of, thank you very much. Okay, so they're actually coming in again, as you can see. Thankfully, these guys have knives. Knives are, of course, not going to do that much damage in comparison to the other ones. Wow, this is actually kind of insane how they're just running at me right here with just shields and not any ranged, no ranged units. We must have killed all their ranged units. Okay, we got to be careful. We really don't want to take any additional damage. Any additional damage whatsoever increases our chances so dramatically of being taken out by some random damage somewhere or another. Oh, these Knights of the Raven Spear are pretty hard to dislodge as well. As you can see, they're really taking a huge amount of damage. I think that was the main reason why we were having so many difficulties actually getting in here to begin with. But thankfully, it seems like they have all been, well, killed, I guess. I think most of them have been. So that makes things a lot easier for us. And there we go. We're finally free of the huge amounts of units in that area. So now we can actually just shoot them in the face. And that is... Oh, there we go. I shot one of my own troops, but thankfully they did not die, so we don't lose any morale or anything. And there it is, a victory. And we have taken POINSBRUK. We have taken POINSBRUK from the Ravenstone. Very nice indeed. 24 renown and 24 morale. Pretty good. And there we are. We actually killed 82. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Alright, so various loot. Nothing else here that I really badly desire, so we'll just move on. Okay, fantastic. Good amounts of units right here that I will be perusing through, trying to find the best possible units to take. I'll just try and take high tier units for the most part. Mist Mountain Warriors are not exactly high tier, but I'll take them nevertheless. I don't think there's really anything else. Oh, Mist Mountain Shaman could actually be quite useful for us. So, I have 47 Mist Mountain Warriors. Where did I get those from? I have no idea. Don't ask me. Wow, crazy. No idea how that happened. But anyway, we now have 300. And hopefully Sir Timothy will be taking the rest of these. I am actually partially thinking that I will take POINSBRUK for myself. But on the other hand, I would like to award it to a particular vassal, maybe a new vassal that we are able to gain from somewhere else. So I'm going to defer appointment for the moment just to get that free garrison as well. That free garrison is going to be very, very important for us. And Sir Timothy did take the rest of the rescued prisoners, which is really nice for him. So he can continue to run around and hopefully try and destroy a couple of people in the immediate vicinity to try and make things a little more secure for us. You know, that would be quite nice. Otherwise, this is actually a pretty nice helm, but no one wanted to take it, apparently. Alright, we'll just sell all of that. I have literally no food left. Thankfully, it seems like POINSBRUK has a good amount of supplies. And there we have it. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to tell Sir Timothy to just go and do whatever he wants to do. We're just going to tell him to patrol around POINSBRUK, and then he can have a good old fun time, hopefully. So that seems good to me. We got Count Clovis right there. They might try to besiege it, but if they do, I am right here, and they will never, ever be able to take this. Let's just say that. I mean, come on. You saw how difficult it was for us to take it, and arguably we have a pretty good army composition. I mean, it's not the best by any means. I will be the first to admit that. It is definitely not the best, but it is certainly much better than what the Ravenstern will have. At least, I hope so. Anyway, we're going to level up Leslie there. And there we go. All right, that is basically all we can do right here. So I am just going to go into the garrison, wait here for some time, see what the Ravenstern vassals have for us. I'm not entirely sure if Sir Timothy is going to be attacked here. If he does get eliminated, then I'm not entirely sure whether we should go and help him. I think we probably might. No, it seems like he did. Oh no, he did get eliminated. Oh, that's kind of annoying. Oh well. I guess it's not really a big deal, because what we can do is we can go and recruit someone else. We can go and get another mercenary company, something maybe stronger. And what is our right to rule right now? We've got 55. Oh, I really wish we had more than that, to be honest. If we had 60, then I think I would be able to recruit the more powerful mercenary companies. And I don't know whether you noticed, but our Iron Sergeants or Iron Knights have been upgraded. So I'm going to go and head over to White Stag Castle. And we'll see what we can do. I do need to take a look at the garrison there as well, just to make sure that I'm not missing out on... Yeah, Iron Sergeants and Iron Knights have spawned in there, so I am going to have to do something about them. I'm not entirely sure what to do about them, though. I guess I'll just put in 10 here, and we'll just take the Iron Knights and the Iron Sergeants, and we'll just keep the prisoners for the moment, just in case we find a ransom broker or something. And yes, here we go. Okay, let's have a look here. 2,000 dinars, getting the orphans off the streets? No, that was not the best thing to do, but we did gain honor. We did gain honor, which is quite important to me. So I'm kind of happy with that. Oh, another baggage train. Give me one of those. Thank you very much. Okay, so sergeants. All right, so they are going to need something. What do they need? They need gloves. And maybe they can actually use weapons now. Let's see if they can use the Doom Mace yet. No, they can't use the Doom Mace yet. So I guess we'll just go for some gloves. Why not? Gloves are really, really cheap and easy to upgrade. I guess we'll go... Are there any green ones? Yeah, there are Clarion gauntlets, which are inherently green, of course. So I guess we'll just go for those. Why not? And I do know that they're still using a quarterstaff. But apart from that, we are basically ready with these guys, apart from a ranged weapon, of course. But yeah, ranged weapon's going to take a bit of time, I guess. Iron Knights, they're going to be done in 5 days. All right. Good to know, good to know. Okay, so I'm going to just quickly go over to Laria because I would like to place my Iron Sergeants and my Iron Knights. Oh, I actually gained money? I actually gained money? Wow, okay. It's been a while since I've actually gained anything, to be honest, so that's really nice. Anyway, we're going to go into the garrison here and take these Iron Knights, put them in there, because we actually have a couple in there already, as you can see. I placed these in there a while ago to try and make it so that we would have enough people spare in White Stag's garrison so that they could continue to automatically spawn CKO units. And that's the reason why I did that. So otherwise we have 14 spaces, going to take some range of the Clarion Call and Larian Sentinels. They're really fantastic units. And we're going to go into the tavern to see if there's a ransom broker here. Yep, there just so happens to be one. 3,400. Very nice indeed. And is there anything else going on here? Oh, Mercenary Highlanders are pretty good, I gotta say. They are pretty good. Anything else that needs to level up? Yep, these guys. Okay. Good. We're all done here. We are all done. And I'm thinking that Sir Alistair, actually not Sir Alistair, I'm thinking that Lethal Durin is going to be returning soon. And I'm thinking that actually Sir Alistair, he has a good personality when made into a vassal. And I'm actually thinking that we will make him into a vassal relatively soon. Because I think personally he has leveled up all of our troops, all of our CKO troops as much as he can really. And I don't know whether we can really do anything better with him. So tell me what you think in the comments. Do you think we should make Sir Alistair a vassal and give him the town of POINSBRUK? Seems like a pretty fitting reward for one of our greatest companions. But let me know what you think, nevertheless. Otherwise, we are going to make our way on to Crag Castle. Bear in mind, we know how unbearably painful Crag Castle is. There's Archon Roland. Actually, I'm going to speak to him. I'm going to speak to him real quick. He actually seems to want to chase after this guy. He's a bit slow, though, so he's not going to be able to catch up to him. But otherwise, oh, look at this. I can actually upgrade his equipment and see his skills, so I can actually see whether he's leveled up or anything like that. But no, doesn't seem like he has. All right, so I actually want him to follow me. And we'll see whether we can take Crag Castle together. Oh, no, that's not going to happen. Count Draco is in there. That's never going to happen in a million years. Oh, he actually left. Oh, that is a huge error. That is a huge error on his part. Oh, and look at that. The 3 seers have now spawned. Oh, interesting. Okay. So this guy has a cunning personality as well, so I'm not a big fan of potentially taking him prisoner, but he only has 146 units, so we should be able to deal with him relatively easily. Is he just going to charge? No, maybe? I'm not entirely sure about that, but if he does just charge, that is going to be a huge defeat for him, really. Massive, massive defeat if he decides to do that. I'm just going to shoot randomly into the enemy's lines here, not really expecting to hit anything. It's just random shooting right now to try and maybe bait them out into charging us or something like that. How many cavalry do we have? Not many. We have many more archers than cavalry right now. I'm going to tell my cavalry to charge in, though. And our infantry. And we'll see what we can do here. I'm going to try and harass a couple of their archers as much as possible. Yeah, this seems like a pretty decent strategy for us right here because we have Archon Roland with us. He is just going to be an absolutely fantastic addition. And bear in mind that stopping the archers from firing at us is one of the best things that you can do, especially against a faction that relies on their archers so incredibly heavily like the Ravenstern do. And we're going to tell our archers to move a little bit closer as well so that they can actually get into range. And some of the time, you know, just running your horse into the opponent is literally enough, especially when you have an older horse like I do. But if you have something else like a charger or something with high charge damage, and you've got a good amount of riding skills so that you can, you know, really go super fast, then you'll get some really nice damage. Even if it's just 20 or so damage, that's enough really, just to kind of give that little damage add to your units, just to kind of take out a tougher opponent. Because let's face it, everyone needs as much help as they can get in Pendor. That is for sure, because it's really it's a absolutely brutal land, and I'm very surprised that I've survived for as long as I have, to be honest. And I haven't really been mentioning that for quite some time because I literally didn't want to jinx myself. And now that I have mentioned it, I'm probably going to die really soon, but hopefully not, hopefully not. Anyway, there you go. That is the end of the fight. Very easy victory with Archon Roland helping us. We're just going to let him go and gain a little bit of extra honor. We'll take those things. We'll take these things. Thank you. And now we could theoretically attack Talon Crag Castle, but we've seen it, haven't we? We've seen exactly what's going on there. You need a huge amount of ranged units. What do we have in Roland's party? He has Dawn Wyverns. He's got some heavy bowmen. He's got Blue Wolf Knights. That's his unique unit as far as I'm aware. They're probably going to be much better in a place where they can actually be utilized properly. So something like Silver Edge Keep, maybe? Lord Gustav is there. 79 troops. I don't really want to go that far, if you see what I mean. So I think we're probably just going to have to go back to Talon Crag. Not a big fan of this, I gotta say. I mean, don't think really anyone is when they go and besiege this thing, because it is just so incredibly difficult to take. But we'll try it. Well, our ladders are ready to go into Talon Crag Castle, but you know what? I think we're going to leave this arduous task for the next episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.